What's up, everybody? Crazy Joe here, Crazy Joe's Galaxy. We had huge news that happened with UFC 196 today. All kinds of twists and turns happened with Conor McGregor. He's the featherweight champion of the UFC at 145 pounds. He was scheduled to fight Rafael dos Anjos, the lightweight champion at 155 pounds, but he had broken his foot. And it's interesting that Fabrizio Verdum had injured his foot as well, and they train at the same place. Anyways, this video is mainly about the replacement, the new matchup, the new headline. It's not a title fight for Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is going to be fighting one of the Stockton bad boys, Nate Diaz, in the main event, apparently in a 5-round fight. Dana White went on SportsCenter and addressed it, and he said there's going to be Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor at welterweight, 170 pounds. Right now, from what I recall, Nate Diaz is ranked number 4 or 5. I think it's number 4 because it's the champ, and then I believe there's 3 other guys, maybe 4. I don't know, but anyways, Nate Diaz is ranked really high up in the lightweight division, and he, on a 10, 11-day notice, he's going to be fighting Conor McGregor, the notorious Conor McGregor, who's on like a huge fight streak, 15 fights, I think, right now. I could go on and on about Conor McGregor and how he knocked out this guy and that guy, and he's done this and that. And Nate Diaz, a lot of people are shitting on this fight, and it's like, if you don't like swears, turn down. If you got speakers on, I'm going to be swearing some because I take... it pisses me I'm just warning you, I'm going to start swearing here in a second, so, if you don't like the F word and other stuff, then stop watching. If you don't mind it, then keep watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're a new viewer here at Crazy Joe's Galaxy. Hit that like button, share the video with your family and friends. Usually I do videos with Big Dog Jimmy, but I'm sick right now. But I just had to do this video. I had to share my opinions and thoughts and my reaction about Conor McGregor and Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz at UFC 196 in the main event, from what I understand, in a 5-round fight. So that the Bantamweight Championship, Holly Holmes and Machia Tate is not bumping up to the main event, and that's a title fight. It's kind of interesting. Whatever. That's still going to be a 5-round fight, so now we get 2 5-round fights, which is pretty awesome. But so Nate Diaz is 9-10, which I'm sure all of you know, or maybe some of you don't know exactly. But here are some things about Nate Diaz that you ought to know and should take into consideration about how awesome of a fight this is going to be. Nate Diaz, the Diaz brothers, they're both tough as hell. They go the distance almost all the time. It's rare when either one of them get knocked out or submitted, really. Nate has only been knocked out once and only submitted once in his 29 MMA professional fights in his career. Okay, he's won 19 times, lost 10. He's lost 8 decisions. He's lost 1 by KO, 1 by TKO. How he lost with that KO was by Josh Thompson in 2013. And how he lost by submission was back in 2006. It's been 10 years since Nate Diaz has been submitted. And it only happened once in his career by a guy named Hermes. I butcher words, so if you go over to, my About section of my page, you know how I butcher words, or if you're a long-time subscriber, you know. So if you're a new subscriber, please subscribe. I'd appreciate your support. I do videos on the UFC almost every fight, and I do a lot of other stuff, The Walking Dead. So you can see The Walking Dead on my shirt, and then, professional wrestling and other stuff. So, I'm going to try hard not to cough, I don't want you guys hearing it. So anyways, against Hermans Franska, and that was crazy. So, how has Nate Diaz won his 19 fights? 11 of them by submission, 5 by knockout, not many by decision, you know what I mean? Because he's got 6 wins by finish, 16 wins by finish, 3 wins by decision. He normally wins by he normally loses by decision, and he usually wins by a finish. He's got 5 guillotine chokehold victories. He's got 4 triangle victories. I'm pretty sure it's the triangle chokehold that we just seen Cowboy Cerrone beat Cowboy Oliveira with the other weekend there. I'm going to look into that a little bit more. But notable names that Nate Diaz has fought. that he beat by decision is Donald Cowboy Cerrone. How about that one? He beat Donald Cerrone in a 3-round fight by decision. He lost unanimously to Benson Henderson, which that dude is a tough, badass individual. You know what I mean? So that was a war when he fought Benson Henderson with 5 rounds. He went 3 rounds with Rory McDonald, and he lost that one. But still, that was a hell of a war, too. He lost to Rafael Dos Anjos in a unanimous decision loss, which went 5 rounds. But, you know what I mean? Like, he's a tough dude. He don't get knocked out or submitted much. It's very rare. So this is going to actually be an epic and awesome fight when these two battle each other. Also, Nick Diaz has knocked out Gray Maynard. I mean, he submitted Gray Maynard in a rematch. He submitted Taki Nakagormi, Gomi. He submitted him, and I believe he submitted Jim Miller as well, or he knocked him out. I forget exactly. Oh no. He got a TKO victory over Gray Maynard. Sorry about that. And then he submitted Gomi and Jim Miller, and that is tough to do. So I think Conor McGregor is in for a lot more of a war than a lot of people realize. I'm a huge Conor McGregor fan. I like the Notorious one, Conor McGregor. I like the way he talks and the way he acts and whatnot. But Nate Diaz, the Diaz brothers, I really am shocked that this is happening. I mean, this is really, I am really shocked that these two are fighting. Oh my God, I think this is a huge mistake for Conor McGregor and a Notorious one to be fighting Nate Diaz on a 10-day notice at 170 pounds at welterweight. Nate Diaz has done this 4 times in his career already, 2 for 2. And to my understanding from my research, I didn't find one fight where Conor McGregor fought at welterweight in his career. Maybe I'm wrong and I misread something somewhere, but I'm pretty sure all of them were lightweight or featherweight at 145 and 155. This is different. Conor McGregor's got all that muscle and all that stuff. He doesn't have to drop all that weight and shit. And, it's not, neither one of them have to drop much weight, I imagine, for this fight. But I really think we're going to see a shocking ending to this one. I'll be doing a prediction video on this, and I'll be doing a pre-enactment on this as well. I'll be doing a couple of videos. So, but real quick, I think I like Conor McGregor. I really think he has a chance of winning. I mean, it's a flip of a coin. Anything can happen, but I believe that we're going to see a shock that Nate Diaz is going to win in the 3rd or 4th round. Conor McGregor don't really go into the later rounds. Nate Diaz goes into the later rounds. He goes deep. He goes hard. He goes long. That probably sounded kind of perverted, but he can go the distance, and that even did there too. But Nate Diaz is a soldier. He's a warrior. He's a badass. He is tough as nails, as hard as they come. You know what I mean? God damn, I did it again. So, Conor McGregor is in for a war with Nate Diaz, and people are shitting on this fight. You're fucking wrong. This is going to be a war. It's going to be hell. It's going to be crazy. It is going to be one of the best fights in the UFC's history when Nate Diaz takes on Conor McGregor on 10 days' notice, and he wins. Nate Diaz is going to beat Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor cannot beat Nate Diaz. I think it's a huge that the train is going to crash, and he's going to end up realizing he needs to stay at lightweight or featherweight. I think I like the idea of the whole 2-champion thing, but I think he really should have just stuck with the featherweight or relinquished that belt after beating Jose Aldo and go to the lightweight, where he really should be at a lightweight. He really shouldn't be fighting at welter. He really shouldn't be fighting, in my opinion. He shouldn't be fighting down at the featherweight 145 or up at the 170, the welterweight. He's perfect for lightweight. So there you have it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? Leave me a comment on what you think about my opinions, thoughts, and reaction and everything to this. Hope you enjoyed the video. Big Doug Jimmy will be back soon. I'm actually going to do a pre-enactment tomorrow for Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor for this fight for UFC 196 since Dos Anjos broke his damn foot. What the fuck? Oh my God, this is going to be crazy. Oh my God. Can you wrap your head around it? If you think this fight's gonna suck, you're wrong.